Okay folks, today we're just going to look at a quick tutorial on how to save large images correctly from the internet. So I'm going to use Google. So I went to Google, I'm going to select the Images tab. Now I'm just going to search for a landscape for the sake of this tutorial. Hit search. Now straight away there's my results for images of landscapes. Now what I'm looking at when I want to save an image of a particular size, so first of all obviously I'm looking for something in particular under the category of landscape. But what I'm then looking for is the details or information on the pixel ratio that we see measured here. Okay, now the larger the numbers, the larger the image is and the more pixels it has, therefore the clearer the image can be and the easier it can be to work with in Photoshop, especially when you're maybe zooming in to manipulate an image. Now to take this one for example, it's a lot lower size and number, so it's going to be a much smaller image and not as high quality as say something like this. Now if I wanted to filter my search further, if I click on search tools, I can change where it says any size and select large, which means it's going to filter out any small images and all I'm going to be left with are fairly large images. Now for the purpose of this tutorial, I'm just going to choose one at random and save it. Now if I wanted to save this image, the wrong way to do it is to right click and save picture as, because what I'm doing at that point is saving this small, just click off that, saving this small thumbnail which is no use to me. This is actually just a smaller representation of the full size image at this measurement. So to see that, I need to click on it, click on full size image, and there's the full size image loaded up. So if I right click on it, save picture as, and I'm just going to save it to the desktop. You can choose wherever you want to save it, your pictures, libraries, or a particular folder that you may have created. I'm just going to rename it landscape tutorial. Save that. Okay, so now I get my image saved. What I want to do is now open up Photoshop and work in Photoshop. Now I'm going to generate an 8x10 landscape image, which will allow me then to paste or transfer the landscape picture that I saved from the internet onto it. So I'm going to begin by starting going File, New, call this landscape picture. Okay, and then we're looking at preset. Now it's already set up as photo because I've been doing this already, but select photo from the list. The next box is the size. I'm happy keeping it an 8x10 landscape. If my image was of a portrait orientation, then I would perhaps change it to portrait, but as it is, it's actually landscape. The resolution is at 300, which would be my maximum resolution and best suited resolution for print. So I'm happy with that. Keep it at RGB colour, just for the purpose of working on screen graphics. Hit OK, and there we go, there's our canvas. So what I need now is the image and move the image into this canvas. Okay, now even though I've saved the image onto the desktop, I now don't go try and finding it through my folders or clicking on the desktop. Okay, what I'm going to do is open it within the software package. So File, Open, and now I'm going to go and search for it. So on the desktop, landscape picture, open, and you'll now see that my landscape image opens. Okay, now it appears that it's hidden my 8x10 image. If I click here and go to image size and change this to inches, I can see that that's much bigger than my 8x10 image. Okay, my 8x10 image is actually hidden behind here. Now if I click on the restore button, that'll allow me to see the two image windows side by side, and there's my landscape picture Photoshop file that I created. So using the move tool, I'm going to hold down the mouse on this image, drag it over, keeping your mouse held in, and let go of the image. Okay, now I no longer need this image because I'm planning on resizing this within my 8x10 document. And I'm going to lose part of the image when I do resize it because I've changed, I guess, the dimensions of this canvas. So now what I need to do is resize it. So edit, transform, scale. And before I do anything, I'm going to hold down the shift key so that I can constrain the proportions. Grabbing one of the corner nodes, you can pull it out. I keep on going. I know that it's stretching outside the image, but I knew that was going to happen. Once I'm happy, let go of the mouse first, then let go of the shift key. Using my move tool or the arrow keys, I can try and position the image wherever I want. Okay, now I've noticed that there's a tiny wee gap here, so I'm going to hold down shift, grab the corner, pull it out just to make sure it completely takes up the area. And as I say, use the arrow keys or the mouse just to position the image as you want it. Once I'm happy with that, I can commit to my transform by clicking on the tick up here. And that's you now set up an 8x10 canvas and transferred an image onto it. Now that process can be repeated not only for saving images off the internet, but images that have been taken off of digital cameras or scanned in images that you've then saved onto the computer. Once you're happy with that, you can go to File, Save As. You can keep it as a Photoshop file so you've always got the original. If you want to change it to a flat image, you can select JPEG or whatever other file format you might be looking for, and then hit Save. Okay. If you're looking to take a screenshot or using the snipping tool, take a reference of your work within this Photoshop document, on the Start menu, under All Programs and under the Accessories folder, you will see the snipping tool. Now once I click on that, the tool opens up a new selection, and you'll see that by the cross here that we're looking at on the screen. If I hold down the left mouse button from the very corner and drag that over this whole area, once I let go, what it's done is it's taken a snapshot of the screen that I was looking at, and I can now save this as a separate image. I do that by clicking on the icon, the floppy disk. I'm going to give it a name, and I'm also going to change the file type. In this case I would change that to a JPEG, and I would make sure that I'm saving it where I want it to be saved. And once I'm happy with that, I'll hit Save. You can then use that documentation as part of your outcome.